All right, here we are for week 6 now. Done with the first round of buys. Vikings on a bye this week, so are the Texans. But we'll just get straight into it. I'm with Josh and Caden, our most loyal members of the MozPod, obviously, here every week. Josh hasn't missed a week yet. Shout out Josh. They're also number one and number two in the standings, so yeah, take what you will with that. What happens when you show up, people? So this Thursday night game, it's about to be the Eagles and Giants. Not much to comment on this game. It is in New York or New Jersey, I guess, technically. Caden, you just made a big fantasy trade right ahead of this game.
Yeah, well, the team is shite. Needed to mix it up a little bit. The fantasy team, even though I'm third in the standings, the team is shite. So I got rid of Devontae Smith, and we'll see how it goes.
Josh, I know that you're a big Cam Scattaboo guy, so how do you think he's going to do against that Eagles front tonight?
Oh, I'll bring it to him. Don't worry about it. He's gonna
Jalen
give
Carter
them.
is out.
Really?
Oh, he
Yes,
is out.
yes, they
Good.
ruled him out.
I was gonna say I want to see him meet Jalen Carter in the hole and see how that goes, but damn. Put Scattaboo in your lineups, apparently.
Don't worry, he's in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I actually think Scatterboo will do a lot of receiving tonight.
I am interested to see how Jackson Dart plays against them. I'm glad I don't have to watch Russell Wilson play against that Eagles defense, to be honest. Um, Bush is the only one that went with the Giants. I'm not surprised by that. I'm honestly surprised anybody went with the Giants, but if you notice on our board this week, there's not a lot of people just going one way on a game. It's the only game is the Colts and Cardinals, since we have the MozPod jinx going on with all these teams that we all choose in one week losing. So then we're having to suffer through another London game here. Those games have been very boring. They've been close, but they've been boring so far. Broncos, Jets. Of course, the Jets fan is going to pick the Jets, and then Carter also picked the Jets to upset the Broncos. Um, you guys have any comments on this game?
Mm, no,
Yeah, I don't know what there would even be to talk about.
Jets don't deserve our time. That's for
Jet,
sure.
Jets don't deserve time of the day. Broncos have looked pretty underwhelming to start the season. I know a lot of people had them high on their expectations list. But anyway, then we go to an AFC North matchup. Official starter of the Browns is Dylan Gabriel. He was named last week, but now they traded away Joe Flacco. And did you guys see that Kevin Stefanski said that Shadeur is not even guaranteed at QB2, despite them only having two QBs on the roster?
Now they pulled up,
Zappy.
yeah, zip
Oh,
on
they
the
got Bailey
ball.
Zappi now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knows
Oh,
Stefanski loves him, so
yeah.
Shadur has zero shot at playing.
Shadeur is QB3 once again then. But I just thought that comment was hilarious. I was like, good God, how much does he hate this guy?
Oh,
when
he
is
hates
Deshaun coming back?
Deshaun Kaiser.
No, Deshaun Watson, Posh.
I did hear some today that he might come back sometime this season, but
Hello.
once again, let's not waste our breath speaking to that guy.
No, obviously not a good dude, but you gotta. I
He was
just
shite when he
reminisce.
played.
I just reminisce about that playoff game when he was in Houston going up against Josh Allen. And he made that one play where he spun out of that sack and ripped it down the field for like a 40-yard gain.
Caden, that's like
CJ
me talking
Stroud.
about Marcus Mariota reminiscing when he threw that pass to himself that got deflected at the line against the Chiefs and he dove in the end zone.
Well, that's my point. That was a cool moment.
But yeah, what's the rest of his career? Shit.
Well, no, but sometimes you just feel the urge to watch a man hoop again.
Also, Josh, that Deshaun Kaiser comment just reminds me of your comment about Travis from One Stop. Right?
I figured as a
What
Notre
are
guy
what
from
are you
Hunts, that's
on
where he
right
was
now?
going. That's where he was going, I figured. The old Notre pull.
Oh God, that's funny. But yeah, everyone went Pittsburgh today in this game except Kobe. who went the Browns. He didn't give me my reasons, so I'm not even gonna make any assumptions on it. So then we got our next game, Chargers and Dolphins. Not surprising, a lot of people went to Chargers here. Me and Davis are the only ones that went Dolphins. The only thing that I will say, do I actually think the Dolphins are going to win this game? No. But the Chargers have looked very, like, just unimpressive the last few weeks after starting off looking like the best team in the NFL. They got it to a 10-0 lead against the Commanders last week, lost 27-10. And now they have to go across the country to play Miami. It's probably going to be hot down there when they're playing. No one likes playing in those Florida climates like that, except Baker Mayfield probably, because that man's front runner for MVP right now. But there's just something about this game that I could easily see it being a trap game and have the Dolphins somehow win in some stupid fashion of the game late at the end of the game. I don't really know. Herbert should torch that Dolphins secondary, but I don't know. If Madison Beer is watching from the sidelines, it's going to be hard to focus if you're Herbert. Caden, I know you have something to say.
Well, speaking of Madison Beer, I was my coworker, who she's like kind of into football. But she's 34 years old, the one who works the front desk. She's like kind of into football, but she was asking me who the game tonight is, and I was telling her, and then I was telling her about how the Giants beat the Chargers, and I was telling her about how Jackson Dart, like, because she was asking me about that Dart dude, and I was telling her about how he posted a photo of Madison Beer on Instagram, and she didn't know who Madison Beer was, and she was like, "Oh, I'm guessing it's just like a thing guys your age, one of those girls know about." And I'm like, kind of, I guess you could say that. But yeah, I think the Chargers get it done.
No,
That's a real life
like,
story for
like
you.
no correlation with any of the rest of this.
No,
Yeah, I
gives
think.
us a whole word talk, but nothing about the game.
All right, well, Josh, do you have anything to say about the actual game then, or you just want to
Uh,
back off the Madison Beer comment?
no, I won't bring her up. She's good looking. That's it. Everybody knows. Anybody in the MozPod listeners, shout out. They all know I hate Mike McDaniel. Yeah, I sure looked like a loser walking in the locker room. Did you see that video, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah. The little sticker on or the tag on his shoe flopping around. God, I hope he felt like a loser. Yeah, I expect Herbert to probably throw 50 times in this game. Hampton's down. Their offensive line's pretty banged up. That's kind of why they're doing bad. But either way, I expect Herbert to come out of this probably a 10-point plus victory.
That was my other comment about this game. I forgot to mention it. I do think that this is the game where McDaniel gets fired if he loses, which I don't know if they have a backup plan at all at any point, but it's like he just blew that win against the Panthers last week. They had 17-0 at the end of the first quarter and just completely stopped throwing to Darren Waller, who was absolutely cooking them coming out of retirement. Just stopped throwing to him the rest of the game. And it's just like Mike Daniels' stupid press conferences. They say that fans are concerned about his health when he's just sitting there, probably zooted out of his mind, just talking football, not even talking football at the same time. Um, yeah, I think this is Daniel's prove it game, so he's gonna have some weird, stupid win here that he probably shouldn't have, but it's gonna keep his job secure. That's mainly my main point of picking them. Um, the next game, though, I really don't have any main points of picking the Saints. It's kind of just a shot at Brady Nelson. Kind of just wanted to stick to him. Uh, um, Also, still has not shown up. What are we, week 6 now? We're still waiting for him on the pod, still not showing up. Um, Also, the Saints, like I said 2 weeks ago, when they played Buffalo, or no, I said last week, I was like, they look kind of good against Buffalo. I'm not going to lie. They come out and they beat the Giants in New Orleans, and this game is in New Orleans. And the Giants were just coming off of a big win against the Chargers, and now the Patriots are coming off a big win against Buffalo. So I could see this just being a whole thing. Another Rashid Shaheed 87-yard touchdown might win the game here. So this is why I went the Saints. Honestly, I thought they were going to be the worst team like ever this year, but they've somewhat impressed me with how bad that roster is, and I'm also impressed that Chris Olave is not dead yet during the season. You
You
both
you a
Pats.
big fan of Rattleball? He's actually not been too bad.
I don't mind Rattleball. In my deep sleeper league last year that I had with Jordan Storm, I actually did take him in the fourth round for my supplemental draft. He is off my roster now, but I did take him. I had some faith in him, and we haven't seen any Tyler Shuck yet, or Jake Haener's their other quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah, he's probably P squad as
Yeah,
he
we
should
haven't
be.
we haven't seen either of those two yet. So Rattleball is still working. You both
Um,
went Pats, obviously here, right?
yeah. Only thing I'll say on this game is the only reason why the Saints won is I believe the Giants turned the ball over 5 straight possessions. That's quite pathetic. Um, the Giants. So Neighbors gets hurt. They didn't elevate anybody from their practice squad, and then Darius Slayton pulls his hammy. So then they basically have 2 receivers out there. Well, congrats. Giants are kind of a shithole. Only Scadaboo's carrying them. Darts, eh. But yeah, I don't expect the Patriots to turn it over on 5 straight possessions again.
We might finally see a Jalen Hyatt performance though for the Giants.
Yeah, you would think they'd put him on, but Dayball's kind of a schmuck, to be honest with you.
Also,
We should shout out the Patriots more. We haven't brought them up very much. Drake May put on a master class versus Timmy's Bills last week. Um, yeah, second half basically was perfect. Outplayed Josh Allen in the second half. Some would say
Josh, you're sounding like Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth right now, just stroking
they
Drake May
were stroking quite a bit.
the entirety of that
Those
Um,
game.
two always stroke anyone, though, honestly.
No, but that was like
Anyone who's
excessive.
playing good, they'll stroke.
That was like Collinsworth to Mahomes excessiveness. Same with frickin' Ron Darling and Pete Crow Armstrong last night. If I have to listen to that shit again tonight, oh my God, that's gonna piss me off. But Josh, so I'm not gonna put it past the Patriots to turn the ball over 5 times when they're still starting Ramondre Stevenson.
yeah. Well, also I should say this is just a random league thought, not just the Patriots, but I'm not a believer in having your running backs back on kick return because they already get enough beating anyways. And if one of them goes down, you only carry 3 basically. So Gibson goes down, and then Vrabel says, "Well, Henderson will go on kick return." How about you take your running backs off kick return
Well,
and put your fifth receiver out there?
it's not
Literally.
like they put Henderson on anyways.
Well, see, that's kind of just stupid, obviously, in my opinion. But you see it all around the league. They're putting these running backs back there, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Or Rich Bisaccia putting Matthew Golden out there on punt returns.
Well, he needs to just chill out and maybe fair catch every now and then.
Well, who do you what if it's the RB3? Are you fine with that?
Not really.
Depending
Running
if
backs shouldn't be
good enough
back there.
RB3, what their size, what their stature is, I'm gonna say maybe, but
Yeah, the Phillies are up 1-0 now.
ah,
Castellanos little base knock to driving Kepler.
ah. Have we heard any news on Lamar? I haven't paid attention to the Ravens.
He's out for sure.
Out again.
I mean,
How
I don't
long is
think
he
that's
out for?
official, but they had this game and then the bye, so it would make no sense for him to come back for this game. You just got to eat the L, move on,
Might
hopefully
be
run the table.
it might be a win now game though.
Here's the
No,
thing about the AFC. I feel like the top is pretty good, but I do feel like it drops off pretty quick, honestly. Like I
Yeah,
think there's time for
you
someone to
could
run the table and get
you
hot.
could sneak
for
into a
sure.
wild card spot, which is probably exactly what the Chiefs are gonna do, and that won't make anyone happy at all. But majority of people picked the Rams. A couple people went Ravens. Not going to explain any of this. I don't know why anyone would pick the Ravens. Rams looked good when they did travel across the country to Philly, but they blew that game. I don't think that they have a chance of blowing a game against the Ravens without Lamar. Here we go. Here is our all one way pick. Colts over the Cardinals. Cardinals with the most embarrassing loss, probably one of the most embarrassing in NFL history, within the last 5 minutes of the game. Are we gonna agree with Jonathan Gannon getting fined 100K for that?
I never even saw what he did. Could someone explain to me what he did? I've heard.
Do you see what he did?
Well, I heard Jimmy Cardo jot the ball before he crossed the goal line.
Yeah, and that would have put them up like 28-6 with
But then I
five
didn't
minutes
see what
left.
Gannon did. Schefter tried to tweet it. He's like, "Here's the video of," and the
He
fucking tweet is
basically hit it. He
blocked.
basically hit him twice. He popped him once in the chest, just basically come on. But then as he was walking away, he gave him another, basically a punch to the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, and he got fined $100,000 for it. I would I would say that it was justified that he got fined, but at the same time, it's not like it's a middle schooler, it's not a high school kid or anything. Like this dude is on an NFL roster. He's getting starting reps now that James Conner is out and could have won the game, and instead just an onslaught by the Titans and Cardinals offense after just terrible, and they ended up losing the game from it. I don't know. I'm glad the Titans won finally, so that they don't look like the worst team in the league anymore. But
I feel
uh,
like I got quite a bit to say here. Let me
yeah,
just rip off. The Cardinals are just one of those classic teams that when they play somebody shite, they'll get off to a lead and just blow it. Let them back in. They'll play even with the shitty teams, and when they play a good team like the Colts, they're probably going to be right with them the entire game because that's what the Cardinals do. They frisky against the good teams for no reason, shite versus the bad teams. Yeah, and then Gannon. I mean, first of all, the Cardinals fined him, not the NFL. It was the Cardinals who fined him, which yeah, whatever. You can fine him $100,000. Little excessive, in my opinion. Should he have done it? No, but I don't think punching him is really. He didn't really hit him that hard. He's an NFL player. He's perfectly fucking fine. People are like, "Oh, assault." No, come on now. But I don't think that's the right way to react to your player. He knows he fucked up. Obviously, I feel like you should go over there and hype up your guy, not fucking put him down more.
Yeah, how do you hype someone up though after they fucking drop the ball going across the goal line?
A good coach who's got his head collectively on him when they're still up 20 points in the fourth quarter should just lock in, tell him next fucking play, get your head up. You can rip him in meetings. You got all next week to rip the guy. You don't need to do that on the field. The entire team sees that and they're like, our coach just lost his cool.
I don't know how players are still doing that to begin with, though, dropping the ball at the 1 yard line.
Well, I don't think if I was the head coach in that situation, I don't even think I would address him. I would probably just tell the. I don't think I would address him at all. I would probably tell the RB's coach to handle it. He can do
I
whatever the fuck he
I would
wants.
say on the headset, I want that guy cut tomorrow, but I wouldn't even speak to him.
Yeah, well, 5 seconds ago, you just said you should go hype your guy up.
Well, never said I was a good coach either, but that's what a good coach would do.
Either way, I think Jonathan Gannon, his little persona has changed from Buda Baker. Remember when
Or
he,
from pew pew pew.
yeah, he's changed quite a bit from that to
Yeah, I think he can
decent
pack
coach
it up.
now.
Go back
But
and be
yeah,
like,
I would agree with you on this one that the Cardinals are going to play it close, but hopefully the MozPod didn't curse this game too like it has been in the last few weeks because I don't think anyone wants to see the Colts lose to the Cardinals. Um, but
This is our house. This is our team.
it'll be a decent
we bleed blue.
another one that's going to be a good one. Jacksonville. They are one choked game away from the Bengals from being 5-0 right now.
I know.
Caden, I know you've been hot on them, so
Yeah, well, who do they got this week?
Seattle.
Okay. Well, yeah, they are a questionable defensive pass interference call away from being 5-0. I've always said bad calls are parts of sports, so they're 4-1. It is what it is. I didn't really expect them to beat the Chiefs last week, but yeah, they found a way. Trevor Lawrence, I really don't think he's that good, but he might be a little freak. I mean, that run at the end, that was a little freaky. Might be a nasty little boy, nasty little freak he is, and then I'll keep saying it. Those one of the most underrated core of skill positions and weapons he has around him at disposal, all the way from ETN to Tootin. I love Tootin, probably just because his name's fun to say, Tootin. Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, Mr. Washington, Brent Strange. He's even kind of a little freak. And Liam
He's on it.
Cohen. The one thing I don't have confidence is this team is, although maybe it doesn't flame out until next season, but Liam Cohen, like I've been saying, does seem a little Mike McDaniels like. So, which I don't know. We'll see how long it carries, but I just picked him. I think Seattle's pretty good too, but I originally did have Seattle, but then I ended up switching it at Jacksonville just because I think they're home. But if Seattle is underdogs, I probably will bet on them this week, honestly.
Did you like how they at the end of that game against the Chiefs, Travis Hunter was kind of putting on. Travis Hunter.
Yeah, he made that one cat. My the 34-year-old coworker, she was also asking me if I saw that catch and was asking me about the Travis Hunter dude.
You said, of course, he's my favorite player.
I said, yeah, he's a little freak.
Listen, I like Travis and BTJ too, but let's not act like they were really hooping. Travis had one big catch, and that's about it. They were pretty quiet for most of the game.
Hey,
Trevor Lawrence was playing like Lamar Jackson, running
well,
around out there.
Josh,
Parker
I'm talking about
Washington
all the
though was a stud.
weapons, which I think Trevor's got to utilize them more. But fuck, I lost. Oh, if they really wanted to put on Brian Thomas, who they would have to put in the game. You know who their backup QB is. This guy would rip moonballs to him down the field.
No, I'm not sure.
Nick Mullins.
Oh God, he would be in the hospital after 2 weeks.
I mean, he almost hits with Trevor Lawrence, but
Wow,
My
that's true.
my favorite part of that Monday Night Football game though is that you saw someone had said that Trevor Lawrence when he fell down was like a baby deer getting up and walking for the first time when he got back up. And I was like, that's a perfect comparison. But also, I know I've hated on Trevor Lawrence's entire career. And, some people have flashy moments, just like Deshaun Watson. It's like Marcus Mariota. But I did like that. But the funny thing at the end of that game was when Mahomes was at like his own 25 or whatever, and he thought he could chuck the ball 75 yards downfield, and he threw it like 55. Oh my God. Because I was like, oh God, they're going to somehow get a pass interference in the end zone, or they're going to get some stupid catch. Hell no. He threw it to the 20-yard line into triple coverage. And I'm like, dude, what is he doing there?
I
So
think he was just trying to get a PI for sure.
well, I did like that, and Mahomes also said that was one of the worst officiated games he's ever played in. And it's like, isn't that fucking funny that that's coming from him of all people? And yeah, I'm just very happy that Duval did end up winning that
Um,
game.
we can't we have to bring it up. Chris Jones on that last play. How embarrassing. You say you play in the National Football League and that's what you do? That's fucking embarrassing. Just think if he would have actually tried on that play, they probably don't score. So I had to throw that out there. I've never seen anything like that. A guy just standing, not fucking doing anything. Like everybody else around you is fucking still playing hard. You
Oh,
really think he's down?
yeah, speaking of that, that was terrible. And then it's like on the other end of it, you have Chris Jones not showing any effort whatsoever. You see Devin Lloyd's 99-yard pick six, how Tyquan Thornton ran 130 yards.
Yeah, he looked
Oh my
fast.
God. Maybe Chris Jones needs to take a page out of Tyquan Thornton's book. Like he didn't get the tackle, but like, dude, that man was cooking down the sideline. About made a big play to save a touchdown, but it wasn't to be.
Oh, also, the Jags have 12 picks this year in 5 games. I would not expect that to continue. So I do expect some regression there, but Sam Darnold will give you a couple. I'll say that.
Sam Darnold might give you a couple, but wow, that Buccaneers and Seahawks game, it was like literally Peyton and Brady putting on from back in the day with Baker and Darnold. I saw Baker only had like five incompletions or something. Darnold only had five until he threw the pick too. So very impressive game. And all I will say is the Bucks are by far the most entertaining team to watch in the NFL, like a good team to watch. there's other teams that are entertaining too, but like shitty ones, just like the Panthers and Cowboys. Honestly, I think the Cowboys are overhated. I did pick against the Cowboys this week. Um, what was my reasoning? I thought of my reasoning earlier, but I really don't have one. I kind of just felt like it, I guess. So I went with the Panthers. Jose also went with Panthers. Everyone else, Dallas. I think part of the reason might be because it's in Charlotte, but eh, I don't know. It just feels like one of those games where Bryce Young might put on against that awful secondary, but he also will probably throw 3 picks in it or have a strip sack or something. So
Does Rico run for another 2 hundo?
Drew against his former team, he might. All I know is I better not hear frickin' Eric Collins on the call again because holy shit, that guy was annoying as hell.
Yeah,
That
I don't
dude.
really like him for football.
Okay, thank you, because I've been getting hated on it all week for saying that he was terrible. But dude, if you were listening to any of that game, which it was just coming on Red Zone for me, but there was like a swing pass to Devon Achan for like literally no gain. And this dude goes, "Hey Chan, hey Chan," like screaming. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's sitting there screaming anytime anything happens. And it's like, okay, I get that there's some bland and boring commentators, but like, dude, I'd rather listen to that than someone freaking the fuck out when nothing is happening on the field.
Yeah, if it's a final play and they pull some crazy play, I don't mind you showing some emotion and freaking out, but for 4 quarters, I don't understand how you can listen to that. Oh,
Oh, thank
You
you.
guys like do you like Joe Tessitore?
I do like Joe Tessitore.
yeah, say he's not bad,
I love Joe Tessitore.
but Dak Prescott in the fourth quarter with Brandon Aubrey. Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys.
That's a fair point. Caden, you got anything to say about it?
Mm, I like the Cowboys. Dak, MVP Dak. Make him the MVP.
Dak Knight rises. Uh,
Dak is the MVP. And the comeback player of the year. And CeeDee's not back yet, but he might be back sometime.
I do think the Titans didn't win that game more so the Cardinals lost it last week, but Titans Raiders. I like to see the one week I don't pick the Titans, they win. And now I decide, oh, Kitty make an appearance on the pod.
Yep, seems like she's posted up on my shoulders right now.
Love that. Now 5 people want to pick the Titans this week. Is it because they're playing the Raiders or is it because people think they have some momentum? Probably the first part of that, not the latter. Um, let's see. Me, Chris, Jose, Cooper, and Kaysen all went Titans. I'm going Titans because the Raiders just have not looked good. I know both of you are big Geno fans, but Geno is leading the league in picks. He looks bad. Cam Ward honestly doesn't look that good either. This is going to be a very disgusting low scoring game, or it's going to be a very high scoring shootout, probably.
Hi, Kitty.
Um, but yeah, I felt after last week, I'm like, you know what? I'll go back to picking the Titans. Then if they lose this week, I'll never pick them again the entire season. So, Josh, are you concerned with Geno leading the league in picks?
Um, to say I'm concerned would be I would have to be a Raider fan, but so I'm not really concerned. But he clearly hasn't been playing great. Do I blame it all on Geno? Absolutely not. Chip Kelly deserves half the blame. Their playmakers deserve the other. Actually, 20, let's go 33, 33, and 33. Chip Kelly, their playmakers, and their fucking offensive line. Geno maybe gets the percentages are all fucked, but Geno gets a part of the pie. I'll give 25 to all four of those. It's a team game. Everybody deserves blame. They act like it's all Geno's fault, but when you're down 20, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to sling the fucking rock and try to make a play. I think it was 20-3 before Geno actually threw a pick that wasn't tipped by the D lineman. So let's calm down on blaming everything on Geno.
That's why you don't get down 20-0 in the first place, though.
Well, they had a missed field goal and a blocked punt.
I was gonna say their special teams honestly has not looked that good either. Carlson, I think, is off to one of his worst starts that he's had in his career. And
Let's
then
blame Chip
freaking
Kelly.
AJ Cole got injured in that game too. So did Spencer Schrader for the Colts.
They got Albert Okalalu at fucking their starting tight end in 2025.
Yeah, that's questionable. Caden, you had anything to say about
I will say I don't think the Raiders should bench Geno. That'd be so stupid. But if they do bench Geno, I do think instead of playing Kenny Pickett, they need to put on Cam Miller. The guy can spin it. It's the only thing I'll say about that. Geno's doing fine. Genty, he's running good. Go learn how to pass block. I don't want to hear the argument that they have good weapons. Brock Bowers has been playing with one leg all season, and the receivers, although you might look at a guy like Jacoby Myers and say, yeah, he's a nice player comparatively to the rest of the league and what they have for weapons. The Raiders' weapons are pretty shite. But, yeah.
Jacoby Myers has wanted out since the beginning of the year. So where is he going to get traded and when?
They can't trade him. They would be a complete shite show if they did.
Yeah, they're already shite show as it is.
Yeah, I would hate to see it get worse.
I heard, I saw someone was working out rugs the other day, but I don't know how that would go.
Oh
Be
yeah,
interesting.
the Giants were working him out after Malik Neighbors' injury.
I don't know if that was actually true or not. Probably not, honestly.
I feel like media would be rioting over that.
Yeah, I don't think it's true. I think it was a ball sack account.
Josh, I know how this one makes you mad. Packers apparently are coming out 14.5 point favorites, and we have two people picking the Bengals. Bengals with the newly acquired Joe Flacco at quarterback. He is starting this game over Jake Browning.
I wouldn't say it makes me mad, but it does make me question their ball knowledge a little bit. I mean, Flacco beat him once, yeah, sure. Completely different team. This is like the opposite of what the Browns are. All right, Kitty.
Cooper
Um,
Cooper is one of them, Kitty's dad.
yes, certainly makes you question everything. I mean, Joe Flacco on what's he got? 5 days
Probably
to
like
prepare
three.
and learn the offense. Offensive
Well,
line from the Bengals is worse than the Browns O line. The running game is far worse, and their defense is straight dog shit. And this game's in Lambeau. If this game was in Cincy, I'd be like, okay, maybe there's a puncher's chance. Bengals have zero shot at winning this football game.
And the Packers coming off their bye too. They're much
Correct.
bye.
LaFleur off a bye. I'd have to go look up the stats, but I guarantee his record's damn good.
well, I can tell you why Joe Flacco can get the playbook down in 5 days. Because all Zach Taylor's playbook is just four verts or curls.
It's a decent point, and that is a good point.
That is a good point. And it was either their offensive coordinator or Zach Taylor. They were saying how Flacco is just one of the smartest people they know. They were like, yeah, he can learn the playbook within like 2 days. And very obviously he did. My only concern with this is Jamar Chase is probably going to absolutely cook that Packers secondary if Flacco does have time to throw to him.
Yeah,
But
he won't have time. And I've been banging the drum for 3+ years now. Zach Taylor is a bottom half of the league coach. I don't think he's that good.
would you rather have Zach Taylor or Brian Callahan as a coach?
I mean,
You have to say Taylor, but
I would say neither. I'd say I'd find someone else.
Callahan's the bottom of the barrel. You're scraping on the bottom.
You know, everyone was clowning on Marty Shart on the Cowboys hiring Schottenheimer, but
I don't
He
think
actually looks like a good ball
I don't
coach.
think
got
he is
that offense
nearly as
rolling. And
bad.
I mean, defensively, what do they really have to work with? So,
Also, going back to the Jets now, we're talking about coaches. Are you blaming any of the Jets' play on Aaron Glenn?
Yeah, I mean, they were a pretty good defense last year, and then he comes in and they're even worse. So
I've
he
heard like,
also looks like he has no clue what's going on out there half the time.
no,
He's just sitting there being a hype man.
I've heard like his scheme does not fit the Jets players, but then it's like change your fucking scheme. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't tell you on that. Someone that doesn't need to change their scheme though is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow, they are looking good. They play the 49ers this week. 49ers also looking very good, but majority of the pod is going to go with the Bucks on this one. Jose, the Niners fan, go with the Niners, and then Bush also goes with the Niners. Um, is this, yeah, 4-1 versus 4-1, I guess. Niners, the only thing I will say, they're coming off 10 days rest, playing last Thursday, but it's in Raymond James Stadium, and the Buccaneers also have a pretty depleted roster from injuries, but at the same time, that did not phase them last week when they went to Seattle. I mean, they still put on, Baker's been putting on, defense looking solid. So all three of us went the Bucks in this one. Not much debate on the pod today because most of our picks are the same, as the next game is also the same with the Chiefs and Lions. My main reason for picking the Chiefs in this one, are the Lions a better team? Yes, 100%. No one's arguing that. However, the Chiefs, I don't think the NFL wants to see the Chiefs go start a year off with 4 losses, although it'd make for a great storyline. How you were mentioning earlier, how the bottom half of the AFC looks terrible. Chiefs are going to squeak into that playoff spot, that wild card spot probably, and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, the Chiefs started the year off 2-4. Look at what they've done now." I could totally see that happening. However, this game is in Arrowhead. It's a hard place to play. Lions, did the Lions beat them a few years ago on Sunday night? Was that in Arrowhead or was that, or when I was,
Yeah, that was in Arrowhead. Well, because that was the season opener,
yeah, that
like
was
the Sunday
Thursday night.
night.
That was in Arrowhead. Yeah. Lions have beat them there before, but yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs in this one. Caden, why are you going Chiefs?
Yeah, I also went to Chiefs because I mean Sunday night in Arrowhead. Come on, like I mean your theory, Chiefs might they definitely get some more calls in Arrowhead. I mean, as a lot of home teams do when they're playing at home, you just get more calls at home, and Chiefs are going to come out desperate and pissed off about the way they lost that game the other night after being up 14-0. I think their offense is just going to continue to get better and put up points. So, yeah, that's why I went to Chiefs.
Josh.
Um, well, I looked at the injury report. It seems like the Lions secondary is pretty banged up. Not a good quarterback to be going up against if your secondary is banged up. Then again, the Chiefs secondary certainly looks questionable at times themselves. But like you guys said, in Arrowhead, somebody might have to check the weather report on this one. If it's a little windy, old Goof might have some trouble. Yeah, Spags versus Goof. Yeah, I think I'll go with Kansas City.
Yeah, Jared Goff is not the best outdoor quarterback, so let's see how that one goes. Um, then Buffalo and Atlanta. It's actually kind of an intriguing Monday Night Football game for making us watch yet another doubleheader. This one actually has two solid matchups in it. So Bills and Falcons, most of us went Bills. Kaysen went Falcons, even though he hates on the Falcons 24/7. So I don't really understand that one. But he also, I'm sure he was just having a victory lap with Josh Allen losing last week, and now he's like, oh well, he fucking sucks, blah blah blah. It is in Atlanta, so that might change a little bit. But Bills are coming off that, some would say embarrassing loss. I would say embarrassing loss because I don't think the Pats are that good still. Contrary to what everyone else believes. Um, so yeah, Bills went with Bills in this one. You guys see the Falcons have a chance in this one, or
Um, I think Bill's defense certainly has some question marks to it. They love to play nickel, and that could be a problem versus Bijan. He's pretty tough to tackle, I hear. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Falcons defense, they really only look good versus the Vikings. I mean,
I don't trust Atlanta, especially versus a pissed off Josh Allen. Yeah, that's kind of the only reason is Josh Allen just lost last week. How often does he lose back to back?
Only thing I'll give Atlanta benefit of doubt for is that they are coming off of a bye, plus it's a Monday night game, so they get that extra day of rest along with the week.
Could be a little rusty.
Yeah, that's true. Could work either way for them. And then Commanders Bears. Davis is the only one that go the Bears. That was surprising to me. Are we gonna see a Hail Mary 2.0 in this game is the real
Oh
question.
fuck, I forgot about that. I don't know. I want to hear why Caden didn't pick the Bears. Seems like he's a big the Bears fan.
I'm a big Caleb fan and Roma Dunze for sure, and I just don't really love DeAndre Swift or the Bears running back options, and you know, Jaden Daniels is back for the commies, and they get a dub last weekend. Terry has a shot of playing in this game as well, so I feel like the commies eventually are going to have kind of a breakout game where they really, because they've been pretty up and down this season. Jaden being out hasn't helped, but yeah, I mean, this game is pretty coin flippy. Where's the game at, Tim? Is it
It's in
In
Land
Boston.
in Washington?
Maryland.
Yep. Commies roll, win by 6.
The only thing is Noah Brown still hurt.
I
Better
have
check
no
the
idea.
report for that one. Kate, do you know why I say that?
Why?
He's the one that caught the Hail Mary.
Oh, is Jackson Dart putting on right now, or what's going on?
I did see the Giants were in the red zone.
I have this baseball game on.
Caden, you see
That's
Hank right now?
scat boot notification.
What?
You see Hank right now, Caden?
I do see Hank, yes.
Ah, Caden, you're cheering for the
Well, the
Brewers.
Giants are up 7-3. Giants just scored. Dart 19-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
Caden, you cheering for the Brewers or the Cubs?
I don't know. I am cheering for a game 5.
Oh, okay.
Same thing I said.
If it goes to a game 5, who you want?
I don't know, honestly.
Hmm.
I want the Phillies over all teams, but
That's disgusting.
Phillies and Blue Jays. Those are two
I'd say my number one team out for the World Series would have to be the Mariners.
Mine is
the
Mariners, then
Mariners
Blue
at all.
Jays, then Tigers, besides the Brewers, obviously, but I'm fine with the AL side of it, whoever comes out of it, to be honest.
Honestly, I was cheering, kind of going for the Yankees over the Blue Jays just because fuck Canada.
Interesting. Well,
Oh,
that'll do it
fucking
again. Shout out to the only people that actually show up on this every week. I'm looking at you, Dylan, Kobe, Devin, Kaysen, Chris,
Nelson.
Nelson,
Yeah, there's one guy we need to call
especially
out.
Brady Nelson.
Brady Nelson, 24. Go at him on Snapchat and let him know this guy's a fraud. Doesn't show up and speak for his beliefs, especially after a big Patriots dub like that. How are you not going to get on the
Yeah,
pod?
there was gonna be a time to show your face on the pod.
But
Yeah.
then the best part about it is he goes and watches this the next day and then starts bitching about what we're saying.
Yep. So I hope you hear this. At Brady Nelson 24, add him on Snapchat.
All right, we'll be back next week, probably with Brady Nelson after that one. So
Stop it.
thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.